All right, welcome back everybody. This is Barry and Eric again from Moss Pawn and Gun. And today we got a real serious gun gripe to talk about today. And that was the theater shootings in Colorado that occurred last night. I know this is still very hot in the media right now, and there's still a lot of conflicting information that's being kind of brought down the pipeline at this point. But we do want to discuss some of our feelings about it overall. And you know, we're not going to give a ton of information because we don't know a whole lot right now. We do know it was a very horrible tragedy that should not have occurred, of course, and very horrible thing. There was around 12 people killed so far that we can tell, and then from reports we have here, they're showing 59 injured, but of course that number has a tendency, it probably will change over the next week or so. I know there's still a lot of people in critical condition. And look, if any of you guys are our YouTube subscribers and you're watching and this directly affected you, if you had anybody that was killed or wounded, or you have friends or family that know anybody, we just want to let you guys know for sure that we're sorry that it happened, and definitely keep you in our prayers as to, hopefully anybody that was wounded would, have a speedy recovery. Okay? So first and foremost, that's definitely what we want to get out there.
That's correct. They're saying here that as of right now, there were 71 victims. That's not deaths, that's victims, casualties. That they say that's the largest mass shooting in the United States. You will well know the Luby's cafeteria incident that we had many years ago. That was the highest at that point. But this gentleman was wearing full body armored leggings, and all kind of armor from head to foot, according to this paper here. So, but what we're trying to say, it's a tragedy with a gun. But like at Luby's cafeteria, somebody in the theater with a gun may have been able to stop this carnage before it got to this point. Of course, when something like that happens, the guy threw a smoke bomb, and he panicked the crowd. It's a wonder hundreds of people weren't trampled to death in the panic. I don't know how long he was in. Like Eric said, they don't have any details. A while ago, they said there was 71 injured and 15 killed, and the number keeps changing back and forth, back and forth. The media doesn't even know yet what happened. So until they talk to a lot of witnesses or whatever, and then even then, eyewitness accounts are often inaccurate in themselves.
That's right. So, oftentimes someone is so upset and so distraught from what's going on. Sometimes the facts can change from day to day just on what you ask them to recall.
But unlike a lot of mass shootings, this fellow was captured alive. So this guy's going to go to jail. He's going to go to trial. It's not like these killings where they kill a bunch of people and they shoot themselves. This guy has been captured, and he's probably going to give us more details than anybody possibly could. His apartment was booby-trapped with explosives to blow the police up when they went over there. Of course, there's a lot of details on that. There haven't been any injuries, but they showed the police a while ago crashing his front door. So they're trying to get in there as careful as they can and examine things. They probably had explosives, sniffing dogs, and all kind of stuff. But it's a massive thing going on out there right now, and it's a tragedy.
Well, of course, we do hear that there was explosives in the apartment and everything, but we can't be for sure. I mean, they can say that, but until it's actually, come to pass, we really can't speculate. I mean, other than what the media says. You know how the media is. They're going to take it any way they want. Now, not literally this morning, I posted part 1 of a concealed carry video series that me and Chad started there, and sure enough, in the concealed carry video, we talked about places you can and can't carry, what's considered public place, and lo and behold, in the video, we mentioned already that a movie theater is considered a public gathering, and that no concealed carry is allowed. And I'll say it once, I'll say it again, and look, if anybody got hurt, or anybody that got hurt, I'm sorry, but I have to say that if law-abiding citizens were allowed to legally carry their firearms in that theater, this tragedy could have been either averted or at least stopped in its tracks a little sooner. So, you can always speculate as what, could have, would have, should have happened, but in the big scheme of things, there should have been armed citizenry exercising their right to carry their firearm in that theater. That's the bottom line. Those people were disarmed by the system, and unfortunately people, suffered because of it. And
well, you have to take into consideration where this is located too. The demographics may be totally different than where we live, or you live, or whatever. People may have felt totally safe in that town. And this boy was a PhD, working on his PhD. As of this point, nobody knows why he went off the deep end? Nobody knows.
He wasn't no idiot, that's for sure. He wasn't a loony bin. He was a brilliant guy from everything that I could gather, and I don't mean that in a good way, but he definitely wasn't disturbed, other than, you know, of course he did commit the act, and that's,
Right.
you know, that's pretty.
But nobody
disturbing
knows
itself.
why. Only he does.
Nobody knows why he did it, and I know from everything I've been able to read, his mother, his wife, his father's of Turkish descent, which to me that doesn't really bear any large consequence. I mean, you can't call it that just because of his father, but people are starting to, you know, wonder if it was related to religion or religious extremism type stuff.
Right.
Can't speculate though.
You can't speculate.
But like Barry said, that, you know, they captured the guy alive. I mean, there's a fairly strong possibility he'll spill the beans, or he could just, you know, there's no telling what'll happen to him.
Right.
I think one of the things that kind of sickens me about this whole thing is the Obama administration's rapid response to this whole thing, and how they basically just made it out to be this giant push for stronger gun control. And I think that's the last thing that should be on their minds right now. And of course, Michael Bloomberg was one of the first people to just publicly announce, hey, we want Obama's public opinion on this, and it always has to be gun related with Michael Bloomberg. You know, this administration will never let a disaster go to waste. If they've got an opportunity to push for stricter gun regulations, they're going to do it, even if it costs Americans their lives. And really, I just think that their thinking is put in the wrong place.
Wow.
I think the American people realize that, you know, these people's, you know, thought processes are really in the wrong place. Their hearts
Well, I'm
are
a
in the
lot
wrong
older than Eric, and I've watched this over the years. There's always, it seems like these shootings happen right before a big election. Now, whether politics has anything to do with it or not, I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence. But these shootings are going to be more and more prevalent, probably until after the election. I'm not trying to make anybody go out and copycat, but it always seems to me there's a pattern to this right before a big election. And the media pounces on this thing, and the liberals pounce on this thing, and they try to use it as gun control.
That's right.
But this boy troubles me, the fact that this boy probably gave no warning. The Columbine boys, they were loners. People knew that they were crazy. There's a lot of other shooters that are loners and people like that you can kind of see it coming. From what we've got from the news media, nobody saw this coming at all.
Completely random.
It was just
seemingly.
bam, it just happened.
Now, I think most importantly, and we'll end on this note, that I think that what this should show is that you need less gun control, not more gun control. If there would have been more armed people in the theater, more armed people in public places is what we need. Good, responsible citizenry, concealed carry permit holders, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
If that theater would have been half full of gun-toting red-blooded Americans, then it might have turned out a little different.
Right. And I don't know about your area, but in Clayton County here and around Georgia, police officers encourage citizens to get weapons. They encourage you to buy a gun. They encourage you to get a carry permit, because they know every armed citizen out there is actually another police officer.
That's right.
And we're not on the payroll either. The taxpayers aren't paying us. But we keep our eyes open, and if we report anything we see going on, and we're carry, and we know how to use our guns, and we're not going to use them unnecessarily, and we're not going to use them in the wrong way.
That's right, and I think traditionally we are a class and citizenry of people that police our own. Traditionally, I think we police our own, and that's what sets us apart. I mean, and that's a mentality we need to have. We need to police our own and watch out for each other, because, you know, whenever you need the police to be seconds away, they're going to be hours away. And they're never going to be there when you need them. They're going to report what happened, but they're never going to be there to retroactively stop a problem when it occurs. It's your responsibility to stop a problem when it occurs.
Well, let's hope that the authorities get to the bottom of this tragedy, and we hope that it doesn't happen again. But we're going to have to be more vigilant, and everybody's going to have to start looking after each other a little bit better.
Absolutely, and we will continue the concealed carry series. I've got 2 more videos coming up where we talk about guns and gear, tactics, all that kind of stuff that'll be coming up soon. And we hope you guys will watch that. And the concealed carry video couldn't have come at a better time, because it's more important than ever to arm yourself on a daily basis.
That's correct. So we're signing it off for tonight.
All right.